They tend to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so who did our
I did it last time.
Brian did last? Is that all four of you? I believe it is.
Yep.
So I guess we can start back at the top. I need to fix the sort order here. Let's see. It's supposed to be Nick, then Brian, then John, then Scott. Okay. Order's all fixed. It's time to get started. Scott, you want to go ahead and recap us?
I'll be happy to, I guess.
So he gets his notes out and
Do
freshens
you
up.
remember what happened last time?
Actually,
Yeah,
I'll ask for volunteer. Who wants to recap?
I'll do it. I don't mind.
Okay.
So we're about to start episode 6. This is a recap of episode 5. It was rather cold. We all wore sweaters. Um,
What?
Brian was late. He showed up late for the game, by the way. We found out that the little girl that we saved, her name was Cynthia. And Irina and Ismark said that they would look after her as we began to travel to the city that we were going to. When we woke up, there were some dead bats around us and a few dead ravens as well. So we went on to Valakai. As we were going down the trail, we saw a faint trail that led from the south to the north with footprints and some blood on it. After much discussion, we decided to ignore it. We went down the road a little bit more and we saw an empty noose. The noose was hanging from this branch, and the branch was bared down like it was loaded. And we ignored it. A little bit later, we found a split path that led to a windmill, an old windmill, a broken windmill, a windmill with a story that we ignored. We also found a
Sensing a
bag a
pattern.
little bit later, a bag with a spool that had a never ending thread. Some sewing equipment. We didn't ignore that. We picked it up. It's somewhere in our inventory. We came around the corner and we saw a break in the trees and saw our very first view of Lake Zararich.
We ignored it.
And we ignored it. We ended up at Valakai at the late afternoon. We showed up at a walled fortress city. We saw the guards there and we wondered how we were going to get in. That's when Nick pulled out the head of the night hag and the gates were opened for us. We were admonished by the guards to be willfully happy, that everybody in this town must remain constantly happy at the Burgermeister's order. Failure to do so may put you in the stocks wearing a donkey head. We entered the city and we saw the Araxic stockyard. That's right. Um, there was a brightly colored wagon there. We ignored all that. We went to the town square where we saw some men, women, and children in stocks wearing donkey heads. Well, we didn't talk to them. We saw some guards and a very big guard that obviously was in charge, but we couldn't bother him. He was obviously busy. So we ended up at the Blue Water Inn, where we had a nice meal. We met a gentleman called Restavo the Magnificent, who was a bard. Uh, Rictavo the Magnificent, he was a bard. It ends up that that cart that we saw at the stables is actually his. We didn't talk to him very long, but I have a feeling we will talk to him again. Vermeil did a few card tricks, made some friends. We decided because we needed some churching, we went to a church service. Uh, the intent was to go there to maybe find somebody to take care of Irina and Ismark, whom, before we went into the city, gave them the pseudonames of Sarah and Surreal. Lucian Petrovich was the priest. We talked to him afterwards, and he confided in us that the bones of Saint Andrel had gone missing. Now, there was a gentleman that we saw, a young man that we saw that was rather
Boy,
dour
wasn't it?
during the church service. What's that?
The boy, wasn't it?
Yeah, a young boy who was rather dour during the church service, and he's become our prime suspect. I'm looking for his name. Milovich? Is that it?
Sounds right.
So that's where we stand. We've ignored about everything. There was no battle, but that's good. We had some great role playing and good story base. We're now at the church in the fading light with a side quest, maybe to find the bones of St. Andrew. And perhaps in the morning, when Villeridge returns, confront him and see what we can find out about those bones.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much.
We also discovered that the Walters are a very powerful family in this town and had a little bit of backstory about them. Now, as to how the backstory plays out, perhaps we'll find out in episode 6.
Perfect. Hey, Mad Bear Hair, is it just John that's quiet, or is it everybody?
I don't hear John saying anything.
Well,
Turn on my mic first.
That's why he's so quiet.
I heard him. He was a little quiet compared to everybody else. Mad Bear Hair is saying everyone is quiet except for me.
Sounds like a Jason problem.
I've got the desktop audio cranked, though. Oh, no, I don't.
So that's
There.
why.
That's probably a bit louder. Although, I don't know that this thing cares. Property. It's doing Logitech speakers. Okay, we'll see.
Don't worry if you missed the recap. You can.
It's
ignore
definitely
it.
spiking Brian's volume much higher.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess this is the part
We
where I
did a
say,
lot.
what would you like to do?
So, I'm trying to remember, we actually left off at the very end. The boy was a suspect. We're going to wait for church services.
We're going to
It's
wait for the
still-
morning.
It's still evening, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I guess head back to the inn, right? Because I'm going to tell about needing to send a priest somewhere else, but I want to do this first.
It's probably time for getting some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some dinner, some rest, maybe talk to the bard again.
I already paid for our rooms, so
Yeah.
Nice. It's nice having a sugar daddy.
If you want to wait until morning to talk to him, then that's fine. The priest can also tell you where he lives if you want to go tonight.
I think we talked about that, but the priest seemed to indicate that he was very skittish. And
He
our
did say that the
chances
kid's
of-
pretty skittish.
Our chances of
Yes.
sneaking up on him were going to be pretty slim.
Yes.
So
So we were going to sneak up to him by looking like we were just coming to church.
Sure.
in the morning.
such those church goers.
Okay. So, you guys want to head back to the Blue Water Inn?
I think so.
Okay.
Blue
You
Oyster
return to the Blue Water Inn. Irina and Ismark have retired to their room with Cynthia. There's no Rick Tavio around. The inn is pretty full. A lot of people drinking mashed berry wine and having a supper that doesn't smell too bad. So some kind of stew, really thick and hearty. They are pretty big crowd, pretty diverse. Some of them look kind of like you get that general mix of people that are just going through the motions and some people that seem genuinely to be enjoying themselves or at least enjoying their meal. There's a pair of gentlemen in the corner sitting on taking the table that Rick Tavio was at earlier. They are drinking beer and slopping up stew with bread. Both of them are wearing fur, like hide armor that is definitely made from wolf pelts. The left shoulder guard on their armor is a wolf's head. And you can see they got lots of like wolf tails hanging off their belt. These guys are definitely into dead wolves. There's also two other young men who are much better dressed than the rest of the patrons that are pretty rowdy and obviously extremely drunk, that are drinking wine and, bothering the barmaids, just being generally obnoxious.
Is that
it's-
Nikolai and Carl?
I want to say yes. Let me make sure I've got the right names matched up.
The Wachter boys.
Yeah, well, I might have their names reversed, so that might get retconned. They are... Hold on. No, not that one. Not that one. Here. Nikolai. Come on, where that? Where that? Yeah, Nikolai and Karl Wachter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it's what time of night?
Dinner time.
Is it dinner time?
Is there an empty table or anything for us?
Yes.
You could find a table. Yeah. Not a table just to yourselves, but you could sit on the end of like the long table that you were on before. It's like two tables pushed together.
That works.
Okay. Whenever Raider paid for your rooms, he included meals. So they bring you out some piping hot bowls of stew and a loaf of bread to break up among you. And the dinner is the best food you've eaten since entering Barovia, which has mostly been rations. It's good. It tastes like maybe beef or pork, maybe lamb actually. Um, and yeah, it's an excellent stew.
And I guess I'll. Or we, if nobody has anything to say, I'll probably turn in for the night.
Okay.
Unless we got a better idea.
I want
I
to
just
talk to
like
the
to
guy
keep
in the
an
wolf
eye on the
mouth.
room.
Yeah.
Raider wants to see, talk to the guys in the wolf pelt about if people pay for hunting wolves or creatures. They would seem like they would know.
Not exactly. They are both. Their names are Zoldar Zoldarovich and Yevgeny Krushkin. And they are both wolf hunters. They sell pelts, but for the most part, they act as guides, moving for people who want to travel between the cities. They've pieced together that you are the adventurers they heard who traveled through the pass overnight. They seem to command. They seem to give you an endearing respect for making the journey, while also making it apparent that they think that was quite foolish to be traveling this cursed realm at night. They
We didn't really see much. It was pretty easy.
and in the conversation, most of the wolf heads you see on the walls are actually from them.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Do they go out and hunt wolves during the day and then return to the city at night? Is
Yes.
There's something bad that happens at night then typically.
Yes, this is Barovia. This is a cursed place. During the day, they trap and kill as many wolves as they can, trying to keep the area around Valakai safer.
So as they guide, I guess I can ask them the question: when you guide to the different cities, are all the cities within a day's march from here?
No, if you want to reach, if you want to try and reach Barovia, you need to take a wagon.
Oh, the wagon we didn't take.
So you'll take transportation to get you to another city at night. Otherwise, you don't travel. Is there a way to make yourself safer at night if you're caught out in the outside of the city
What's up,
walls?
buddy? Okay, go get Peachy.
By the way, Zoldar is the one who's doing most of the talking. Yevgeny is mostly just sitting there, very quiet. Yevgeny pipes up and says, "You dig yourself a grave. Get ready to pull the dirt in as the wolves eat you."
Sorry, guys.
I've been there. It's not so bad.
He doesn't. He's kind of puzzled at that. Doesn't quite know what that means.
Who's not so bad? Sorry, my kid was talking to me. Get ready for bed.
We said your hair looks lovely, and they started laughing.
It is pretty. It is lovely. This hat
They
on.
were saying you can dig yourself a grave because the wolves will get you, and Scott was saying, I've been there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't had to dig a. We dug up a grave. Does that count?
He rested in the grave after the dire wolves, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It was cozy.
And he already saw himself dead, so that, there's no worry about that.
Can we ask them if they know? And I think we have the map, so I'm pretty sure. But do they know of a castle that has a stone dragon?
Yes.
What?
If we pull out the map, can they show us where that castle is on the map?
Yes and no. They can show you where it's at, but not for free.
What are you
we
talking
buy-
about?
The reason about the riddles.
Yes.
Oh, a fallen house.
Can I buy your meal?
Yes.
You could.
And some ale. Or wine, whichever you prefer. I understand wine is the preferred drink.
If
in this
you
area.
get them a flagon of the Red Dragon wine, which is the expensive brand here, then they will show you where you are seeking.
How much is a red flag and wine?
It's about a gold.
Oh, that's not bad. We could do that.
Yep. Yep, I'll do that. I'll order up that. I'll pull out the map. I'll ask them to.
Okay, they look at the map. They compliment you on the quality of your map and how good it is. They explain that you are looking for a place called Argens Vostholt.
Oh, nice.
It's an old mansion. There used to be an order. There used to be a holy order there of paladins, the Order of the Silver Dragon. Legend has it that they opposed Strahd and failed a long time ago. To get there, he shows you on the map that you would go past Valakai, you would cross the Lunar River, and they point out that path that goes, that cuts out down to the south, immediately, a little after crossing the Lunar River. And if you follow that, it winds up into the very tops of the mountains, one of the tallest mountains around, and you'll find the Argens Vostholt up there. They warn you it is a cursed place of evil, and they don't really know why you would want to go there, but that's where it's at.
Isn't that everywhere here is a cursed place of evil? All these lands?
Yevgeny like chuckles at that, and he was like, and like touches his nose, like, yeah, you're right.
I'll be back. I took my kid. I'll be back 1 second.
So, Jason, on the actual map, is that the one just to the left of the Luna River where it says that and the dotted line past that up on the hill?
There's the Lunar River. That first path,
Asking
they
if it's
explain that first left right there at the Lunar River crossroads. They said you want to keep going straight from there. The Lunar
Okay.
River crossroads are, in fact, here I'm gonna. Let's get this. See if we can
Yeah,
get a better view
that
here.
was the building
sync
I was
plan view.
talking about.
So, the Lunar River crossroads are. You want to keep going straight, and then after that, there's a sharp cut, and there'll be a path that leads up into the mountains to the south.
Yeah,
And it's
so
a very steep path that goes up to about halfway up the side of the mountain, and that's where the old mansion is. And
yeah, it's like 4 hexes to the left of where it says Luna River.
yeah, that's the spot. But the pathway up there, you'll have to go a couple miles past and then double back.
Right. Okay.
Sorry about that.
I want to ask him about also. I want to point to Lake Baratok and say we understand that a wizard came through here several years ago. We believe this is the wizard's tower. Do you know anything of that? And I'm going to put a silver piece on the table.
So Zoldar looks at Yevgeny, And Yevgeny just like shakes his head, a little no. And then Soldar looks back at you and he's like, I don't remember.
I'm going to take the silver piece away. Say, okay.
They're looking for a gold.
I know what they're looking for.
All right.
So I'm going to say, obviously, I'm willing to pay, but I'm only now willing to pay for the quality of the information. I mean, you have your wine. I'm offering to buy your meal as well. I
You've
will
already
pay more.
eaten.
Oh, okay.
Tell you what, you go, you see if we were right about Argens Vostolt. Then you come find us. We're here most nights.
Nice. That seems fair.
As they're leaving, Zvolder stops and says, of course, if you go to Argens Vostolt, that will be the last place you ever go. So good luck.
Well, we'll travel at night so nobody will see us.
The big guy laughs. Like, the big guy laughs hard.
Under the cover of darkness, y'all.
He laughs hard. He's like, I like him. All right. They actually get up and leave and exit the inn.
Bold move, Cotton. Bold move.
All right. Well, if nothing else, then I think we have 2 of the next places identified. I sure would like to find the place where there is a madman surrounded by wealth and power.
It was a troubled young man
surrounded by wealth and madness.
which
That
probably
sounds-
sounds like it's somewhere in this town, because
What in this town?
Oh. You know what?
The what in this
You're
town? The
right.
cellar?
I think you're right. Inspiration.
Everybody's already got it. Okay.
That's very
Anything else for the
insightful.
night?
Good.
Okay.
No, I suppose not.
Did the bard ever come back for his stories or anything? Or
Rictavio,
Yeah.
while you were at the church service, they said he was back for a little while and then he left.
oh, okay.
Fabio the Magnificent.
See Fabio the Magnificent?
Fabio.
I can't believe it's not Botter.
So they
Turn it.
Barter. Jason, I removed that gold piece from my inventory.
Thank you. Okay, so you retire for the night. Everyone has pretty normal sleep, I guess. Vermeil, you have kind of a fitful sleep. You have weird dreams about ravens trying to peck on, like you're in a tombstone, you're in a grave and a raven lands and starts pecking on your tombstone and you can't fall asleep because of it. Like in the grave, you can't rest because this raven keeps pecking on your tombstone.
That little pecker.
And then you wake and it's morning. Irina and Ismark want to know what they should do today. Did you have any luck finding them a place to live, finding them work?
well, they were with us for the church,
Yeah.
so they know
that's
everything
right.
that we've done.
That's right. They then Ismark suggests that Irina could stay here and he could go out and try and check with the farmers and all that stuff and go see what he can do there while you guys go do whatever you're going to do.
Okay.
He
And
needs
it's
to
like-
happily check with the farmers.
Yes.
He rolls his
Mhm.
eyes and he's like, yeah.
Be willfully happy, and we'll all come back here at night, or not.
Love it.
Okay. So you grab a quick breakfast of toast or a biscuit.
I didn't know you and Ismark were so close.
And like a small piece of ham. You head for the church, unless anyone has other plans.
Nope.
For the morning service. Okay, you get to the church. The morning service starts. It goes
Well-
very. Yeah.
Was the kid there? Like as we're going in? Did we see him?
When you get there, you do see Milovich. He is in the cemetery currently weeding.
Why do the service? Let's just go talk to him.
It's a fair
Yeah.
point. Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay. As
Raider's
you
gonna stroll like outside to whichever way seems like an exit, but try and not seem.
Do I see any flowers here at hand, like in a jar or anything, Jason? Or on another tombstone?
no. I mean, there's some flowers, but not this early in the morning. Like there's some flowers from yesterday, but
Okay,
You
I
wanna-
wanna take some. and act
you want
like
to
I'm
take some
visiting the
flowers.
grave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just got messaged by Jen.
We're just here to
Yeah.
visit a grave. That's all.
You're gonna
I
steal
know.
flowers from a grave?
Why not? It's not my grave.
What do they care? They're resting.
Hopefully, peacefully.
Hey, they're in the ground. They're resting
It's
peacefully.
for a good cause. They'll understand.
Well, you didn't last night.
No homo.
So Raider, you kind of take just kind of looking at like a probable way someone could get out. You notice one spot in the gate or in the bars that there's a tree that grows next to it, and if you were going to try and go over the iron gatework around it, that would be where. So you kind of mosey your way over there. Are you trying to do it sneakily, or just walking there casually?
He's just trying to make it look like he's looking around rather
Okay.
than
And before we
actually
go up
doing
to,
them with purpose.
Okay.
before we go up to Milovich, Tibble's gonna turn to Jimmy and say, "Remember, the guard said we couldn't hurt anybody in this town."
Huh?
Okay.
We'll make it painless.
Okay, everybody else is just walking up. Jimmy swipes some
Yeah.
flowers off of a tombstone. As you approach Milovich and he looks up and sees you, you can see the three of you are coming right for him. And he like stands like, I'm not sure, but and then he turns and bolts for the little tree. Starts to scramble up over it and jumps over the fence.
No,
Right
he can't-
into. Well,
he
what do you
can't
guys want to
outrun
do?
me. He can't outrun me. I'm gonna get right on his heels. I'll let him scramble up and jump over, but I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna be right on his heels.
Okay. Actually, give me a. I just want a dexterity check, and it's
I
more
wanna try and
about.
lasso him.
It's more about how far he got before you started chasing.
I want to try and lasso him.
With.
Rope.
I'm sorry, you do not have a lasso prepared.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
If you would like to pull your coiled rope off your bag and throw it at him, I would allow that. But outside of that, no, you do not have a lasso prepared.
All right, I'm gonna throw my flowers at
Okay.
him and chase after him.
Uh,
You're
Tibble,
running, you
you
little shit.
Tibble, you easily keep pace with him. As he starts to scramble up the tree and you're standing beneath it, kind of like I don't know where you think you're going. He gets to the top of the tree and sees Raider standing on the other side, and he
And I give
freezes.
him a great big smile.
He freezes
Mm.
I'm
and
gonna
looks
yell at-
back and just sits down on the tree. Well, he doesn't come down. He just slumps down on the tree.
I'm gonna say we just want to talk. Everybody else around this town is absolutely bizarre. You seem to be one of the only sane people here. We just want to talk.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
What? What sounds like bullshit?
Like Tibble would flatter anyone after he chased him down.
Well,
Okay.
after all the
He was,
gold shut
he was
down,
doing like a light jog as the kid was sprinting for his life.
All right. Milovich, looks, realizes there's no way out of this. He nods and slides down the tree, shimmies down to the tree, and stands at the bottom of it.
I'm gonna,
What do you want with me?
my name is Tibble. What is your name?
My name is Milovich.
Hello,
Done
Milovich.
nothing wrong.
you want the bones, you little shite?
Shut up.
Hey, look, he didn't do anything wrong. His family's obviously come onto a hard time. We know this.
Yes.
Hmm.
Milovich, we were talking to Father Petrovich. He said that you do good work here, but he also said that you're troubled. Is there anything we can do to help you? You seem to be the only honest person we've met that isn't willfully happy.
At the mention of willfully happy, he's just, you can see just rage just boils up inside him. You just get he just spews. He just unloads. The burgomaster is an idiot. He thinks he will protect us from Strahd with these festivals. Everyone thinks that is all we have to do is be happy. And half the people here are crazy enough to believe him. The other half, they're powerless to help. Petrovich, he says he wants to help me, but he can't help my brothers and my sisters. They're starving. I have no money. I have no food. There's nothing I can do. I can't bring them here. There's no room. Petrovich won't let me move my family in here. All I do is I dig graves for the people that die. Most of them die because the burgomaster has them executed. Because they were too unhappy. Because everyone's being executed. It's madness.
Fair point.
But there's nothing you can do for me. No, you can give me money. You can take me away from this place. I was not meant to live in this land.
You're welcome to go with us.
Tell me about your siblings. Do you
I
have
have-
a mother and father? Are they still alive, or is the Burgermeister taking care of that?
My father was devoured by wolves. My mother was put in the stockades and died mysteriously at night. We found bite marks on her neck.
Interesting.
So I do what I have to do to protect my family because no one else cares about me.
So if you want to go with us, what would happen to your family?
I cannot leave them. It is too dangerous
Bro-
to take them outside the walls, as mad as this place is.
All right, then we have
Where
to
would you
figure out
go?
a way to
If I
make
went
this
with you,
better.
where would you go? Would we go to Kresk? Would we go to Barovia? Would we go somewhere else where creatures come out in the night and eat you?
We just
We're
kill
the
'em.
ones who take care of the creatures who eat people.
You're not the first people to come into this town and say that. You will not be the last.
We have a date with Strahd ourselves. We don't know when it will be. We don't know how it will end.
He
But
does
the last
the
time he ran from us.
first
Yeah.
time you've seen him do anything religious, he makes the holy symbol of the Morning Lord in front of him. And he says, "Then I am talking to dead men."
Perhaps. But at least you're talking to men with the will to stand up and help you.
How will you help me? I will not
Well, the
go
first-
with you without somewhere to go.
I get that. And I don't think you'd be safe going with us, safer than here. I think your plan right now is pretty good. Work for what you can, support your family for how you can, and wait for us to do a total party kill and start another campaign.
Give me this.
wait. Was that IC or OOC? I'm confused.
I think it drifted OOC there towards the end.
Jimmy's
we do-
confused when we don't just beat him up.
I
and
hope
take
it
his bones.
drifted OOC towards the end, or we're really going to work on your confidence-inspiring speeches.
But we do have some issues that we also hope you can help us with. Lessening Strahd's influence in this particular area and making you and your family a bit safer.
He's waiting.
We need to recover the bones of Andral. Saint Andral.
2 of you may make an insight check. Any 2, I don't care.
Jimmy's not that insightful.
I don't know what my insight
Vermeil,
is.
your passive insight is too fucking high. Never mind.
Yes,
Jimmy's just
Because
confused.
you're
I'm
observant.
observant, guys.
The
Always beating around the
moment he
bush.
mentions the bones, Milovich sags instantly. He knows something about the bones.
So tell us about the bones.
I
Or
took
else.
them and sold them to the coffin maker. I had to feed my family. They're just bones.
I understand. You're taking care of your family. There is nothing wrong with that. Now, who's the coffin maker?
Let me get you a name, because he knows his name. Henrik van der Voort. He is the coffin maker in Valakai. He has a shop in the east side of town, near the storerooms. Near Arasak's stockyard.
How long
Why
ago
would
did
he
you
want the
sell it?
bones?
I do not care. He is a creepy old man.
Did he ask you to steal it, or did you?
I
steal
agree
it
with
off?
that.
He visited me. He came to the church asking about the bones. I did not know what he was talking about. And then one day, shit, do you remember the altar boy's name? Trek or
Milovich.
Troic?
Milovage. Oh,
No.
the mute one.
It was like Trake, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever his name was. He's like,
Can't read it.
St. Andrew's Church. It is Yeska. He says, and one day, Yeska seemed very happy, and I was trying to find out from him if he knew about these bones that Hedrick was asking for, and he showed me where they were. I later pried up the boards in the church and stole them, and took them to Henrik.
You didn't put
I
the
would have
boards
done the
back?
same thing.
Not hear the story
He
of those
seems
bones?
a little more comforted by that.
Did he not hear the story of the bones?
It's just a story.
Oh yeah, he knows all about the legend that the bones are what keep the church sacred and ward off the vampires of the night. He said
Glad.
he took the bones almost 4 days ago, and no vampires.
I
What?
will flat out tell him right now that if he wants to keep his family and himself alive, it's important that he doesn't tell anyone else about this, and he damn sure better make sure that he didn't say anything to us.
And
Because
when it's-
whatever happens next is going to happen next.
if people die, it's your fault. Just saying.
This
It has
conversation
nothing to do with
never
people dying.
happened.
It does. If people die,
Yeah,
it's
this conversation never happened.
it's still his fault.
Can you tell us anything about Heprick Vanderbilt? Do you know? Has he lived here his whole life?
Henrik, by the way, Henrik
Henrik.
van der Voort. He's been here a very long time. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to be around him because he makes coffins for a living.
Do you have any idea why he'd want the bones other than to sell them?
I have no idea. I don't care. He paid me well. My family will eat for my siblings and I will eat for a month with the money he gave us.
Okay. We're going to give Henrik a visit.
Okay,
You
right
need
now?
Maybe.
Oh, you're talking to
You-
him. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was like,
You need
okay,
to-
shit.
You need to maintain your normal routine. And remember, this conversation never happened.
He understands.
All right, let's go visit the coffin maker.
I'm sorry, guys. I did not catch that. What happened?
Nothing. We just told him, don't do it. Don't say anything.
Oh my
What about
god,
the
a
coffin
pirate.
maker? No
The
one
coffin
likes
maker
'cause
paid
he
him
eats
to steal
coffins.
Yeah, a pirate
no.
with a hat that's too small.
Not too
Okay.
small.
No, his
Perfect.
head's too big.
Take off the red bandana. That may
It
or
just
may not
doesn't
be a
contain
belt.
My ego. It's my son's pirate hat. It really doesn't fit.
Neither does his
Okay,
belt.
the H on the map
Belt
is
edition.
where the coffin maker shop is. A village people pirate.
That's right. Just jealous. My hat's cooler.
All right, we're
Then-
gonna
Um,
switch
All
over
right.
so we can
Anybody
see
have
the
any
full
other
map.
ideas other than to visit the coffin maker?
Coffee maker?
Is there anyone?
Coffin.
I mean, Raiders usually just all for just going and getting it done. But is there anyone that we want to talk to?
Oh,
I don't know. We may want some information about the coffin maker. Maybe we should just go explore some random shops today, and that may or may not be one we happen upon.
Wait, waste time. We should just go, beat the shit out of them, take it back. Problem solved.
I'm going to ask Milovich, is there anything else that would help us in getting these bones back that you know of?
I have no idea what happened to them.
He
It was a
doesn't-
large bag. I sold it to him. That's all I know.
What do they look like?
Bones.
The bag, he indicates how big it is. It would be a very large sack, probably half the size of a body.
Okay.
Definitely sounds like he's describing a full skeleton.
Was he buried with any other stuff that you gave the coffin maker? Any rings, amulets?
I don't. No, it's just bones. They're just old bones. I don't know why he wanted them so badly.
Hmm.
But he paid me what I make in a year digging graves.
I'm just going to tell him to keep his family safe and leave.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's
out of
a
ideas.
warning that he better keep his mouth shut. Like, I'm not threatening him, but if someone else finds out, I'm sure they'll kill him.
But
Gotcha.
you're paying him? Did I hear that right, Brian? You're paying him?
No,
He said, "I'm not
I'm
I'm
threatening
basically
him."
warning
You're
him.
not
If
paying him, yeah.
yeah, if he says something about he stole the bones, someone may go kill him or kill his family or stockade him or whatever. Like, they're screwed at this point because of the choice
Yeah.
he made. I'm not going
fair,
to
he
judge
never
him
done
for it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
I
up for
think
going
we
to the
just need
coffin
to
maker.
visit some random shops and like the marketplace and all that, and just make sure this is one of our stops today.
Sure, we can waltz through town square on the way there.
Where
Yeah,
is
we-
the coffin maker, do we know?
Yes. It's
On the
H
east side of
the map.
town.
There's H on the
Yes,
map.
it's the H on the map.
Okay. Right, we should definitely go there. That's what I think. I'm
Okay,
not for
so
beating
I
around the
heard
bush.
go to the coffin maker and kick his ass. I also heard go to the town square.
I think, why don't we travel to the coffin maker's shop via the town square and perhaps not kick his ass, but try maybe a little bit more subtle approach, which would
I don't
probably,
only want to
So-
stop by his, and he's definitely not the first stop we're going to make.
Yeah, let's go through the town square and have it described to us, because last time we kind of breezed through it.
We're going to go visit town today.
Yes.
Okay.
And happened to stop in at the coffee makers.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. We have an
Because-
agenda. We just don't want people to
And
know
then
what it is.
very subtly beat the shit out of him. I like this plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we're gonna
uh,
buy so much stuff. We need a large box made.
Maybe a large sack will help. With bones
I
in
got
it,
you
because we have
covered.
dogs.
I got you covered there, lad.
Okay. You head for the town square.
Okay.
Let me grab your. Put that over here. Sync client view. Boop. Okay. You travel to the town square, where as you are entering the square, you see the shops and stuff that were all battened up and locked down. There's several carts here spread around that have fruit and trinkets and baubles, and there's a guy selling firewood rickets. There's
Is that
you
town
know,
square or the marketplace?
the town square kind of has market carts around it. There's the flyers you saw them putting up yesterday. Does everybody still remember them?
Yeah, the sun.
celebration
About
of
the
the
Festival
Sun,
of the
right?
Sun.
Mhm.
Attendance and children required, rain or shine, all will be well. As you get there, you see that creepy-looking captain of the guard from before is standing there with 4 other guards around him. As you're entering into the square, he's coming in from the south, and As he sees you, they kind of very deliberately turn and start walking towards you.
We should just keep on walking. No good ever came of talking to the guard.
Just window shopping. We all have smiles on our faces. We're saying good day, hello, me lord, hello, me lady.
Okay. They make a beeline straight for you, bustling through the crowd. When they get close enough to be, a normal talking distance, 10, 20 feet, the big guy hails you. He says, "Strangers, halt!
I'm gonna
I
say
would
hello,
speak with
friend.
you on the behalf of the burgomaster."
Oh, lovely.
Oh, we were looking to talk to him. That's good.
Yeah, I just ate. I'm not real hungry.
I'll just say hi.
Hello, friend.
Okay.
What's the burgomaster required?
You notice people shooing away from you at the mention that the burgomaster's interested in you, and
We're interesting people. What can I say?
you see his right arm is completely concealed under his cloak. He reaches out with his left hand and holds a gauntleted hand out, like it's like gloved with metal plates on the back, chainmail gauntlet. He holds it out to his left, and one of the guards protrudes a folded letter sealed in wax. He takes the paper from him. He walks up and he offers it to raiders in front. Offers it to Raider. It says, "By command of his liege, the burgomaster, you have been ordered to appear to a summons to his mansion.
How delightful.
I will escort you now."
Fantastic. Let's go.
Sure.
Very well.
Okay.
Doing
Lead the way, my friend.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna use.
Sometimes you get slightly sidetracked. Why'd you take us to the town square, Scott?
Golly, that was a bad decision, wasn't it? You wanted to go shopping. You needed new pumps or
I
something.
wanted to go to the marketplace where the coffin maker was.
I wanted to go there too. So the director approach would have won. We just lost. Good going.
Okay, we're gonna.
Hey, you wanted to talk to
Scott's
the
decision making has been revoked.
All right. They take you to the V around the corner. You head back to the south. It goes around a loop. You can see the walls to the south of you. You see two guards patrolling the wall as you go by, up on the catwalks. They arrive at the burgomaster's mansion. This is a mansion that has walls of plastered stone that display many scars where the plaster has fallen away from age and neglect. There are drapes covering every window, including a large arch opening above the mansion's double entrance doors. You can see, as you are approaching the mansion, you see almost a conga line of men and women who are coming from the western gates, basically from the north down the road, all carrying very large bundles of twigs and branches, and piling them up in the there's a little circular area of cleared pavement, or of cleared cobblestone in front of the burgomaster's mansion, and they are piling large bundles of twigs and sticks up.
Like for celebration or for like a funeral
Bonfire.
Like I might burn a witch.
The way they're bundled is the way that you would if you're going to light a big ass fire. Yeah.
Okay.
As you arrive at the doorsteps, whatever the guy's name, somebody help me. The guard's name.
1 second.
Isaac Strasny motions for you to go up to the steps, points towards the pull rope for the bell, and he and the guards turn and head back towards the town square.
Raider does so.
Okay, you pull the bell. It's like a bang, bang as you pull on the handle. Very quickly, the doors open up, and a portly-looking maid answers the door. Immediately seems to recognize that you are strangers, obviously, and says that the burgomaster is expecting you, and asks you to follow her as she will take you to the den.
What does it look like? Raider's gonna follow. What does it look like on the inside?
Okay. So the very entrance hall has a lot of framed portraits around the walls. It's just a very large foyer. There's a very wide staircase with a sculpted railing that heads up. A long carpeted hallway attached to the foyer is stretching almost the length of the mansion, and you can see several doors leading away from it, including one at the far end. There are bundles of twigs that are heaped against the walls in here too. The portraits are, you can see just lots and lots of different people. They're almost all family portraits or individual portraits. Vermeil, you notice that a lot of the people look very much alike in the portraits.
Like inbred?
But they're not the same.
Could be inbred, could be, yeah,
Same
like they're
family.
different, but they look very similar.
I think it's the same guy faking
It could.
living over.
Maybe that's one way it could go. It could be inbreeding.
Okay.
Don't ask how many branches are in his
I
family.
mean, why
tree.
not? The maid asked before heading to the den if you would like to leave your cloaks or coats.
We won't be staying long.
Okay, she's very well. She takes you to the den. Let me get a quick. No. Oh, it's huge.
If he comes out in a wolf outfit, I'm just gonna start laughing because we're in his den.
Terrible.
I'm gonna kick him in the balls if he laughs. So, I'm ready.
Old-fashioned game of Rochambeau. We'll take
All right,
turns.
we're going to do that and this and this. All right, and we came in the foyer.
Jason, when we
Reveal.
get in there, I want to cast Divine Sense when I see him.
Okay.
Isn't that just if he's celestial or something?
Or
Fiend or
fiend or undead.
Undead too, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely a good vampire sense. I'm
Would
just
be
revealing a
paladin.
bit of map here, or I'll go ahead and share it.
You're
Share
the
sheet.
shittiest rogue buddy I've ever had.
The shittiest what?
Rogue buddy.
Why am I a shitty rogue buddy?
Because you went
Turn
paladin.
into paladin.
Sorry, buddy. It just happened.
God damn.
Didn't mean for it to happen.
I woke up one day and found Jesus.
No. He
Oh,
found
so
the
it's on.
whatever of light or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't pay that much attention. I don't
Here,
even
sync
know.
client view. Yeah, that'll work. All right.
The depressing oppression of these lands got to me. What can I say? I couldn't take it anymore.
And can do that.
I don't like that this has a map.
Yeah, that's always bad. It's foreshadowing.
It's like,
You're gonna
God,
be
not a
foreshadowing.
map.
So, guys,
Okay, she takes you down the hall and in the first door onto the right and escorts you into the den. You see padded chairs and couches that line the walls of a cozy carpeted den. The room reeks of pipe smoke, and mounted on the east wall is the head of an angry-looking brown bear. After you enter the den, she closes the door behind her. It says she will go fetch the burgomaster. The Baron will be back shortly.
all right.
And she scuttles off.
Bad
What do we
mix.
see when we look out the window?
Just like the neighboring mansion. There's a couple trees outside.
Is there a chair that seems like it's his?
The chair in the northeast corner probably looks the nicest of them all. Has a little end table next to it, but like all the furniture here is very nice.
Fair enough.
It's
Yeah.
nice and clean. There aren't like blood stains all over it.
We need a code
Nope.
word like, in case we see something fishy or like there's trouble.
There's also it
Something
looks like
fishy.
a plate of cheese and dried meats, as well as a loaf of bread. There is a pitcher of water and what smells like a decent wine.
Raider helps himself.
Okay. Now they don't have any big glasses. They have little snifters, so you just like pour almost like sherry glasses.
You have to make sure your pinky's up when you drink out of those.
Right.
I mean, Raider would probably down one glass and then re-pour it and then
Sure.
start sipping.
I'm gonna wait until I meet him.
Okay. After a while, let's see. It's here. Mask. Enable. Just gonna reveal part of it because I don't want to reveal everything. You know what? She would have come too. Share. And let's get rid of the mask here. Boop. Boop. Okay.
The fuck is wrong with them?
So, the man
Some of that guy
is
looks legit.
shows up. He introduces himself as Baron Vargas Vlahovic.
Shitty as fuck.
He says, as he introduces himself, he's like, greetings. I am Baron Vargas Vlahovic. All will be well. He introduces his wife, whose name has escaped me. God damn it. Baroness.
It's a pleasure to meet
Lydia.
you. Your name has escaped me.
Lydia Petrovna. And she, you notice she like almost reflexively chuckles at every time he mentions anything happy, makes a ridiculous, even remote joke, etc. He also has two huge bull mastiffs that are not bull mastiffs, they're just plain old mastiffs. Two huge mastiffs that are at his side. They seem ridiculously obedient. They do everything he says. But yeah, he after his wife introduces herself, they come in and take a seat on the couch and bid for you to have a seat as well. Servants come in and move chairs to make a little more of a seating circular area where you can sit down, and he asks if you are hungry, if there's anything he can get you. He's so pleased that you have come to visit.
What do my senses tell me, Jason?
No fiend.
Okay.
No undead.
Okay. Not celestial either. Okay.
No celestial.
All right.
I need 2 seconds.
Okay.
Raider's gonna take whatever food seems reasonable.
Okay.
Food and drink. He's definitely willing to eat off other people's dime, especially if it's good food.
So, the Baron seems obviously very impressed with your reputation. He can't stop talking about how it was reported by the guards that you slew one of the hags,
Yes.
and he had to see you to believe it.
Seeing is believing.
They said that the guards said that you had proof.
You still have the head, or did they take the head from us?
Thanks,
You
Jeff.
still carry
you-
that slinky head, sticky head. Jeez.
I believe you kept the head, which is disgusting.
Okay.
So yeah,
All
you're
right, sorry.
But it might fit in just fine in Barovia. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a head in a
What's
bag.
going
He was asking
Um,
about proof of your deeds.
Did we produce the head?
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
said we have stuff. If you'd like to see it, it's a little disgusting at this point, but we have it.
I am not light skinned. Thin skinned. Whatever. I am not squeamish.
Whenever like his wife would kind of laugh at a joke or whatever, I totally just want to take a cue from that and kind of laugh as well, like, or whatever is
Okay.
right.
Raider suggests that maybe the Baron would like to mount it somewhere.
Yeah, Clockwork's got a point. It's just half of Nick's face every time we play.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was off. Let me look. Hang on. It's gonna start slouching like halfway through. So let me get
Right.
in my slouch pose.
He's out of shape.
There. Hey, round's a shape bastard.
So,
It's hard to
there,
stay
that's good.
in frame for 2 straight hours.
I start slouching. What can I say? I'm a sloucher.
give me a deception check, Brian.
Okay, you'll have to roll it.
Oh yeah. I forgot I have your character.
How'd I do?
We'll find out, won't we? Skills. Deception. Oh, you're pretty fucking good at deception.
Yes, he
Woo.
is.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you are very convincing with your reflexive laughter. The burgomaster seems quite enamored with just how funny he is. He's very glad to see. He comments on how glad he is that you are not the same morbid people that so plague his town so and draw the wrath of the darkness around them. This city is a jewel of light, and the mirth and happiness that his people exude push away the darkness. And he needs champions of light such as yourselves to help him maintain the peace and the order of his lands. He's curious what's brought you here.
So are we.
For money. Original intent of coming here was to find good paying, good source of income, good gold.
If you are looking for employ, we would be interested in you helping to provide assistance to our town's guard.
What do you guard against?
And what sort of guard work?
The creatures of the night, the darkness that encroaches upon our lands, weeding out those who are maliciously unhappy in our own walls, endangering our very safety and survival.
Oh wait, Jason, does his wife look like him?
There's a family resemblance. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they could maybe be related.
The dogs look alike. That's scary.
Rachel will say that we usually hunt big game, as you can see, and if there's any big game that he's willing to pay for us to hunt, we'd be willing to look into it as well.
If you are going to be in Valakai long, you will be the person we come to. Mostly, I have employed. God damn it, guys! I can't
Uldar?
remember. Zuldar, yeah, Zuldar and his compatriot to help clear the woods of wolves. If you could rid our land of the pie makers, that would be the most valuable thing you could do for Valakai. They're a horrible threat.
Very good.
If you slew one, surely you could take the other two.
Maybe the price is right.
I'm gonna ask him what all the sticks are for in his house and
Oh,
why-
he's so excited when you ask about that. That is for the upcoming Festival of the Sun. It will be in 2 days' time. You should absolutely be there. In fact, attendance is mandatory. We will celebrate the joyous wonders of the Morning Lord and burn away the darkness in perfect effigy. He goes on to explain that all these bundles of tinder are going to be fashioned into a giant symbol of the Morning Lord and set ablaze at noon at the highest point of the light to push away the darkness and inspire happiness in everyone. It'll be a beacon of hope that shines throughout the lands.
Lovely.
How it obviously seems to work. I commend you on your ability to keep Valakai a happy place. But how does the happiness keep Strahd's influence at bay?
It is. He goes on with this. Honestly, it's very rehearsed speech about how all will be well and the happiness manifests as almost an extension of the Morning Lord's will, and repels the darkness away and protects us, etc.
I want to make an insight check.
By the way,
See how
when
many
you guys
people
were
leave.
approaching the city, the claw marks all over the walls suggest that the walls are what's keeping the darkness out of the city.
Right.
Jason, I want to do I want to do an insight check to see how much he believes what he's saying.
Emphatically. You don't even have to roll.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay.
is just pasted. This guy is a zealot.
So what he does is he thinks outside the box, and everyone synergizes with one another,
Bingo.
and therefore it keeps the darkness at bay.
He's a corporate
Isn't that how-
mastermind.
oh,
Corporate bingo right there.
Silent Hill, isn't that how Silent Hill worked?
We need to work together in synergy.
Hmm.
Um,
I would like to say something about. I appreciate the offer for employee, but I really the first thing I want to do is attend the Sun Festival. But before I accept employ within the city, I would like to explore the rest of Barovia first and kind of spread this message of the light or happiness or whatever the hell he's selling throughout the land to try to help drive the darkness away instead of just having the singular point of light.
He is very intrigued by this idea. At this point, Lydia excuses herself. She says that she was entertaining guests and hates to be so rude, but she must return to her own hosting duties. She leaves. You see her go out the door, and then the butler shuts the door behind her, and she walks away. The burgomaster is intrigued by this idea. Perhaps we should have another meeting where we could speak longer on these ideas. I can come up with some of my own, and maybe we could work out how we could best utilize this ability, or this notion. What would be most helpful to us right now would be to be rid of the evil creatures in the windmill, or anything you could do if you were interested. We need someone to investigate what is holding up the wine shipment. The town is nearly dry. Our last wine shipment is over 2 weeks overdue from the Wizard of Wines, which actually supplies the whole valley.
Oh,
no, we
Okay.
can't have the town going dry. It wouldn't be happiness.
I would love to speak with him further about his ideas. However, I would like to leave to spread the message the day after the ceremony. Or the festival, I'm sorry.
He can think of no better time. That would be, he feels that you will be so inspired by the ceremony itself, that you would be carrying the emotional high of the festival with you.
I'm so glad I'm not playing Cromwell right now. We'd be in real trouble.
Yes, we would be. I want to ask him about the Walters family.
The Wachters?
The Walkers.
Walters, yeah.
The Wachters are probably, if he wasn't the burgomaster, they would probably run the town. They are very wealthy. Lady Fiona Wachter and he do not get along. He hints at some bad blood between their families in the past. She has never been so brazen as to be maliciously unhappy, but she has not gone out of her way to be joyous either. She has 2 good-for-nothing drunkard sons. You can usually find them at the inn. And she has a crazy daughter who, rumor has it, he kind of goes into, I don't want to spread rumors, but thinks she's a cat. and is locked in her attic.
That's crazy.
The burgomaster is interested to know if you would like to accompany him for dinner tonight. In fact, he insists you could meet.
Oh.
You could meet his son, Victor.
That'd be the perfect time. Would we be able to go over more of these ideas then?
He thinks that's a splendid idea, but in moderation, as after all, this will be a celebratory dinner in your appearance in our lands.
And more importantly, is there any kind of reward for like, what's the reward for killing these witches in the windmill?
You would be amply rewarded for your efforts, not just in coin, but perhaps in material goods that you may find are more expensive than you are used to in whatever lands you came from before the myths brought you here.
I'm gonna look at Vermil and shrug.
The witches, and did he use another name besides witches or night hags or ladies or?
He called them the
pie makers.
He called them hags, and he called them pie makers.
The pie makers, I assume, aren't allowed in your town, correct?
When they come to the gates, we do not turn them away out of fear. The people meet them in the roads. So the people in my city, like they don't need to come into our city. My people will travel there.
How often do they come to your town?
Probably once a week.
And like individually or collectively?
Only the one. We only know of the other two because of people who have gone there and come back in their time when they've spent time in the stockades.
Do they attend the festivals?
The pie makers? Never.
Oh.
Probably terrified from all the happiness.
Or
And on that note, I'd like to politely try to leave.
Okay.
Okay, the burgomaster tells you to return at dusk, and they will have a dinner in your honor.
As we're walking out, I want to do the kind of Columbo over the shoulder one last thing. I'm going to say, the festivals. That's where we meet the children, right?
Yeah, he's kind of puzzled. And, of course, all children will be there.
I'm curious why the children. Why it's mandatory that the children attend the festivals.
If there was a point where you would expect offense, he just seems like genuinely happy to explain that it's like the reason you take your children to church. They don't know any better yet. And so sometimes we take them to things that are for their own good. And if the children are going to understand the power of joy and the light in it, then they must attend. And while they don't understand right now, they will when they're older, and then they'll bring their children. It's all really a masterful plan that I've thought out.
Okay, see you tonight.
It is very well thought out. I'll give you that.
How you say so eloquently put, and like.
Okay, you leave the burgomaster's place. You can see another convoy of people coming in with twigs. You can see actually someone started building the framework that all this thatch and twigs are going to be strapped to for the effigy. It's starting to be constructed.
Okay, that dude's crazy.
Yeah, what a loon.
All right, let's go to the other marketplace and make sure to stop at the coffin shop at,
Let's
like
go subtly beat the shit.
before dusk.
Vermeil, as you guys are leaving, because of observant, you notice you just happen to be looking back, and the top attic level of the building has little round windows, and for just that like latticed over, that like swivel out sideways. And as you look up, you're really just looking at the building. As you look up, you notice the little round lattice window slam shut as your eyes meet it.
That's weird.
I can live with that. There's lots of weird stuff. This
There's
is
definitely
broken.
someone was watching.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
But I want to do the market thing first.
sure. Okay.
We're
I
on
bet
the
it's-
clock
I
to
bet
get
it's
those
his
bones
son.
back and get them to the church, hit the festival, and then leave town, and hopefully not piss anyone off too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in town, or back at the town market, just people milling about. A lot of forced smiles. Um, people are just like, hi, I'm so happy to pay this much. You know, it's like, this is a very fair price, and I'm excited. So, yeah.
You're all nice guys.
Well, very nice.
Are there any shops that are open here?
Market stalls. There's a couple shops. Yeah.
If
It's
there's any,
almost all-
shops,
It's almost all produce or clothing, stuff like that.
I don't even care what it is. I just want to go into a couple of different shops, not necessarily get anything, but just go in,
Okay.
look around, like, oh, let's see if there's anything here. Maybe talk to someone there about like what produce or garments are selling or anything like that. Not purchase anything, but just
For
do
garments,
shopping.
the biggest thing selling right now is some bright colored bolts of fabric, which you understand is going to be the chosen colors for the festival. So a lot of people are trying to make outfits. You hear mentioned that the burgomaster bought out a whole tick of cloth. A whole roll of cloth to make costumes for the children.
Very generous of them.
Word was that Lydia, his wife, was leading most of the talented seamstresses in the city in making outfits for the kids. About the only other peculiar thing of note is among the produce and food, the fishmonger is very slim pickings. And they say that fishing in Lake Zarevich has really dried up recently. And they haven't been getting nearly as many fish caught.
Comes in the lake. Okay.
Well, if no one else wants to do anything, I want to make my way over to the marketplace and do the same sort of shopping there, making sure to stop by the coffin maker's place.
The town square really does serve as the marketplace. They're one and the
Keep
same.
an eye out
The
for-
city's
What
not
was
big
the
enough.
Other one, the one with the H.
That
The one with
is the
the
coffin
A
maker.
was-
That's coffee.
Oh, you're
But the
talking
A
about
was
the
off.
stockyard.
The
Yeah.
stockyard, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
That's where Raider would be more interested to see what kind of armaments and armors and stuff.
I want to look around for potions too.
Okay.
Just to get a
Traveling.
sense of what things sell for here.
Can't
Sure.
afford any stuff. Thanks.
The stockyard is the same as I described before. It's got a large warehouse area. You can see the carnival cart parked around the side of the building. There are. Whoops. Let me update that map. Sync client view. Let's minimize the mansion for now. There we go. Let's put that there. The Gunther and Yelena Arasek are both behind the counter, and they have all kinds of adventuring gear. Pretty much anything you could find on the adventuring gear table, they have.
Including heal potions?
Negative. They do not have healing potions.
Do they have better armor?
They do not have any armor, just adventuring gear.
Right.
But they do have ammunition. They have several. They have like arcane focuses, stuff like that.
Is there a blacksmith in town?
Most of the smithy work that gets done here is done by Arasek. There is a blacksmith that's basically run by the burgomaster. Purchasing armor by anyone who is not a guard is basically illegal because people who buy armor are inherently unhappy. You don't buy armor because you're in a good mood. You buy armor because you want to kill someone.
Can't argue that logic.
So, as strangers, you're kind of the exception that you're allowed to have armor because you already had it. And so you were probably unhappy before, but now that you're here, you should just be happy.
Do they seem forced happy, or do they seem genuinely to have drunk the purple Kool-Aid?
Insight.
Uh,
Everyone here is unhappy.
They are definitely on the fake happy side.
There's only one person on the real happy side,
Burgermeister.
and that's probably a batshit crazy sort of happy. So
Sorry, dog.
all right. Well, do they have mounts for sale? Not that we have the money for them. I'm just curious.
No, our perfect good card is for trade.
everyone asks about wagons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I kind of zoned out there.
Do they have wagons or mounts for sale? Not that we have the money for it. But I'm just
Yes, they do have wagons. They don't have any horses right now, but they frequently get horses in from the stables. So if you stuck around within a day or two, they'll probably have more. Most of the time when they get horses, they sell pretty quickly.
Gotcha.
If you're sticking around for the Festival of the Sun, they could make arrangements to try and get a cart. Or are you looking for like horse-drawn cart? You looking for a cargo wagon? I mean, what are your needs? A chariot?
I'm more just curious about the availability of goods in the city, how they get here. We understand that the wine allotment is 2 weeks late. Are you having issues getting general merchandise into the city as well?
Well, consumption of merchandise is pretty slow these days. We get most of our materials are either crafted by various artisans throughout the town, or throughout the city, and then we act as the wholesaler.
Okay. I'm at a loss. I'm ready to go buy a coffin.
Okay.
I would like to know what the one bard's wagon is. There like a large animal or something in there that you can hear?
They kind of
I feel like
exchange
he
looks.
has something in there.
They kind
I
of
don't want to
exchange
ask
looks.
him. I do not want to ask
Oh, you
him.
mean you want to kind of investigate?
Yeah, I just want to snoop a little bit myself.
If you want to snoop
right,
close, you would have to
suspicion.
sneak over there to do it. Because
I don't want to get suspicion.
It's in the back of the yard.
I can sneak
Can
if
we,
you want.
can we walk to the carts over there, or is that like off limits area?
Like I said, you could look at some carts, but if you went over to his cart to inspect it, it would be quite obvious without stealthing. You would have to sneak over there. Because it's not near
Right.
all the other carts.
How curious are you?
What's on all the other carts?
The other carts are just unadorned regular carts. Most of them look like merchant carts or part of caravan. You know, your typical covered wagons
So
for a
this is
caravan.
just where they store the carts, basically.
Yeah, well, the part of the thing on the front said that they did wagon storage and had a yard for it. So a lot of people with nowhere to park your cart when you bring it into town, park it here. And there's several empty stalls because a lot of the people from the town square, those sellers, a lot of times store their carts here if they're from out of town.
And his cart is like brighter colored. or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah, it's
right?
crazy. You'll just imagine a big, loud, gaudy carnival cart.
I want to check it out. I want to try to stealth over
I'd be
there.
like, hey, look at that cool cart or whatever, and just kind of go over to take a look at it or something.
Okay, sure.
Like, I'm not trying to sneak. I'm just trying to go over and be like, oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
I'm fascinated.
So as you get closer to it, suddenly the wagon lurches as though something big has thrown itself against the inside wall. You hear the cracking of wood, the scraping of metal, and the snarl of something inhuman. Upon closer inspection, you can see the sides of the wagon are spattered with dry blood. You also see an inscription on the wagon's door frame that reads, "I bring you from shadow into light."
What does that even mean?
I'm just gonna back off from the cart now. That's close enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna go forward a while. I'm curious. Mama didn't raise no coward. I want to see what's
There is something inside that wants out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would guess a bear or something.
Does it look like unnatural?
Does what look unnatural? You can't
The
see
creature.
whatever it is. There's something inside.
Are there like curtains or something over it?
No, it's a completely solid. It's not. There's no windows.
Okay.
Oh,
And
we should ask
the-
him what's in the cart.
The door on the back of the cart has a huge padlock on it.
When that noise happened, did they like look over?
Yeah,
everything?
actually, no. Actually, that's a good point. No one has come out yet, but it was loud enough that someone in the warehouse probably would have heard it.
He was gonna say right loudly, like, that doesn't seem very happy.
Okay.
Just ask him what it is.
Ask who?
The owner of the
There's
cart.
no-
Sky?
I thought that we saw the owner of the cart or whatever.
Oh, we walked out.
The bard owns the cart.
Oh,
the
the
bard
bard,
from the inn?
owns the cart. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. I thought it was the merchant guy who owned this cart. Okay.
No, the
No.
merchant guy rents out space for people to keep their
Oh,
carts.
okay. That's interesting.
I know that's none of your business sign when I hear it, and that's what I heard. I'm done with this area. I just want to hit the other
Oh,
shops,
here you go.
including the
By the
coffee
way,
one.
it's not raining, but
I'm ready to talk to the coffin maker.
Yeah, I'm
that's
ready to
the
talk
wagon.
about it.
I just want to make it be known, like we want to stop at like multiple shops along the way.
That's kind of cool.
okay,
Oh, so there's the little windows in the back.
board it up.
Oh, they're boarded up.
There's no way to see what's inside it.
You notice the ravens.
Mm-hmm. Good catch.
We should ask
Are
those-
there ravens around the wagon now?
There are no ravens around the wagon. However, you do see one exceptionally large raven on top of the warehouse, watching you peculiarly.
I'm gonna give him a little wave as we're going to a shop.
It caws, and it sounds almost like "fuck you" whenever it caws. It's very,
Wow.
very loud and hateful sounding caw.
Wow. So much for being friendly.
There's no call for that.
Okay, so
Oh my God.
you're meandering your way there, stopping along, looking at different market stalls, and you come to the coffin maker's shop.
Is there a picture for that?
There's an uninviting shop. No. It's 2 stories tall and has a sign shaped like a coffin above the front door. All of the window shutters are closed up tight, and there's a deathly silence surrounding the establishment.
Let's go on
Just stroll on in.
in. Yeah.
Okay, the front door's shut
We open it.
and
Is
locked.
it locked?
We
Matter
knock.
of fact, it doesn't feel locked, it feels barred.
We should knock on
Are
the door.
there hours or anything?
Nothing listed. Okay, you
I'm just gonna leave it be. Move on.
I'm gonna knock.
okay?
Hey, like we can handle this on our own time.
Yeah, we could just knock and handle it now. Maybe he's just maybe he's taking a shit or something.
If only we were rogues and could do something about it on our own time.
Jason, can you see in the
Our
windows?
time down
You
here.
said they're shuttered.
All the windows are shuttered.
Hey, if they don't want to be open during normal hours, then we just make them open during closed hours.
Yeah. Did anybody answer my knock, Jason?
You knock on the door, and from inside, you hear, "We're closed! Go away!
When do you open?
Go away! Leave me alone!"
But we need a coffin.
Go
Where
away!
to?
We're closed!
We need an expensive coffin.
Give it up, Jesus.
This is weird as shit, man.
They're closed. Let's move on with our lives.
Yeah, but like, when do they open? This is weird. They don't have hours, you know. So what do you think, guys?
So
Time
it's
of day is
broad
it?
daylight. How many people are around?
Not a lot. Oddly enough, not a lot of shops set up near the coffin maker's house.
Really?
Maybe we try the back door.
Anyone up for some B&E?
Yeah, let's try the back door.
I'm down with that. Is there a back door, a window, or something? Like, I want to make sure no one's like noticing us doing that.
You could go around back behind the building quite easily. Here, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Yeah, you could easily go around behind the building, and there's several windows that are ground level here. As far as difficulty of B&Es, this is pretty low caliber for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. What's your plan for getting in? I think you were talking about trying to find a window you could get in.
Or if there's a basement or anything like that.
Doesn't appear to be a cellar. You go around the whole building. The building itself, by the way, is about 30, 35 feet wide, like east to west. And north to south, it's probably, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, about 60, 70 feet long. The
So
entrance...
there's multiple rooms, probably.
Yeah, there's actually two different doors. The one to the south looks, from what's gone in and out, it looks like maybe that's like a side entrance. And the main door is on the east side, and has that's the one that has tons of windows. The back door doesn't have any real windows around it. But on the back side, you found a spot that has two windows. One of them doesn't look super secure. There's also a second floor that has several windows on it as well.
Any balcony or no?
No balcony.
I think we may need Raider at the front door, kind of like what we did with the tree, to make sure no one can get out.
Okay.
We want to split up though. I mean, it's gonna take a second to unbar the door. We just, get in.
We can open the door and let them in once we
Maybe.
get in. But that way no one can, if they notice us coming in, no one can get out.
I see where you're going here.
All right. I'll
And
sit
what's
at
the
front
signal
door
for
with
Raider
Raider.
to try and bet?
We'll
barge
open
in?
the door for you and let you in.
I'll tell you what. I'll stay with Raider, and I'm going to try to engage the guy in conversation.
I was thinking maybe you might want to guard the back door and then let the rugs go in, and then we'll let you
Oh.
guys in.
In the party.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
I
if
love
the
this
window's
plan.
near enough to the back door, we could probably all three go in the window
I guess
and then
worst
get
case,
Raider
we
at
get
the
to
front
window.
door.
I'm going to share a map here.
All right. Boost me up. Let's go to the second floor. We're gonna sneak in.
Okay. So, the left is ground level. The right is the upper level. Can you guys see where the windows are?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys need to tell me which window you're trying to break in. And to make sure I understand this right, Raider is staying down by the front door.
Maybe a little
Sure.
Sure. I guess. I don't like this idea, but yeah, sure.
How tough does the door seem? Does Raider think he could break through it?
Yeah, it just seems like a normal door. Even with it feeling it might be barred, it jiggled. So it's probably not. It's probably
We
just
just
like a
don't want to
wooden.
draw attention to ourselves. We just want to get our business handled.
Okay. So I've got Raider outside the front door. Where's
So
everybody
that's the
else?
front door?
Yeah.
Which windows seem easiest to break into? Or are they all about the same?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Can I help him? I'm gonna help him.
Did I do it?
Sure, you can both roll investigation. Oh, god damn it, Brian. Sorry.
Investigate.
Investigation.
Come on, my mouse. I'm sorry, my mouse is being weird. Hang on. All right. Come on, you dumb mouse. There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Hang on. There. I don't think it matters. Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Sorry,
Still
I'm having all
waiting.
kinds of problems here with my mouse. All right, here. I got it now. I got it now. We're good. There.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
There you are.
Between the two of you, as far as out of sight and like the best one you think is probably this one right here. It's got a decent it's got a decent sill to get a hold of. It's out of sight because it's on the south end of the building, and this is kind of in the south end of a cul-de-sac.
I like it.
Possibly that one, or this one looks maybe a little. Sorry, this one here looks a little harder. Like it's in a worse position, but it's the most out of view.
What do you think? You're the one who's more experienced at this, Vermeil.
Out of view is probably better, and then we can sneak through the house. We just need to make sure no one gets out the back door and the front door.
All right, after you. Or do you want me to go first?
All right.
You're the one who's better at combat than I am. I'm more of the talker.
Okay. So
Which-
I'm better at climbing, so I'm going first now. Help
Which
him up.
one are you guys going for?
I think the most out of view one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do either of you guys have a climbing kit, climbing spikes?
I might.
I don't know.
Let me look. If I don't, it was an oversight. I have a crowbar. I have a hammer, baton. I must, yeah, 'cause I have a hammer baton.
Okay. No, this
Well,
would be
no, that's, no, yeah,
specifically
That's
a
a
climbing
base
kit,
kit.
and a climbing kit's very expensive.
Yeah, no, I don't have a
Okay,
climbing kit.
so go ahead and give me an athletic. And so, what's Tibble doing this whole time?
I guess Tibble's supposed to be guarding the back door. He
Well,
doesn't
we
like-
just want Tibble on
Oh,
that
okay.
corner. They're 10 feet
So
away from the back door, and you
Tibble's-
can see / help us.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
Tibble's
that,
on the
yeah.
corner, Raiders at the front door, and you two are
Making fools of ourselves.
going to try
We're
and
being rogues, man.
climb up. All right,
This
I'm
is
excited
not
to
our
see how this
first
goes.
B&E. Let's be real.
I'm excited about this.
Good
Okay.
thing I'm not that kind of paladin.
You really are. Okay. So I need
It's to
athletics
rescue
or
bones
acrobatics.
for a
It's up to you.
church.
What's that, Jason?
Athletics or
Athletics,
acrobatics to climb
obviously.
up.
I'm gonna use
The
That's
guy
right.
with the 18 dexterity will just sit here on the ground.
Jimmy's the brute.
Do I think the hardest part is gonna be getting up or getting in the window? What do you think, Jason?
That's
what
what
do
she
I think,
said.
Jason?
It's going to be 2 rolls. Getting up's going to be. I mean, they're both going to be rough. Oh, you're asking if you should blow.
Yeah,
Inspiration.
I'm sure my character thinks it's gonna be harder to get in or harder to climb up. Like what I think, you know.
Yeah, but I don't require you guys to inspiration before you roll. I think it's the biggest problem with inspiration is that you're required to blow it before you roll.
Oh, I don't know. Well, okay, I'm just gonna go. There we are.
You can retro to get advantage. Is what he said.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
So getting up there's easy. Here's the thing. Jimmy spent a long time on ships. He's scrambled up so many masts that
Yeah.
this is nothing. I mean, you survived your first squall by actually holding onto the mast so that you wouldn't. You climbed up and strapped yourself to tied yourself to the mast so that you wouldn't be flung about the ship and hit by flying debris.
It was a great idea up until the mast broke.
Well, it's not like you can't get out of a knot.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
um,
That's why you take masting tape.
Jesus.
What?
We almost made it the whole session.
No, we didn't. He's been making all night.
Masting tape. Okay. Jimmy, you you managed to scramble up there. The window's actually not secured at all. I need a dexterity check, sleight of hand.
Can I use my crowbar to get add my proficiency bonus to that?
Don't you have proficiency with sleight of hand?
Actually I do. You're right. Never mind. Okay, so I am proficient in sleight of hand.
If
yes.
you want to use your crowbar, I'll give you advantage on the roll,
Yeah, I'm
but
using my crowbar.
you're going to damage the window.
Is it gonna make noise? I don't care what damage is.
So you're gonna bust the fucking lock. Yes, it'll make noise.
Sorry,
Nope.
I rolled
You're
in the
gonna
open
bust
by
the
accident.
latch. That's fine.
Let's do quiet.
All right, crack! No, it's not that bad. There's a splintering of wood as you crack the window latch open, and you find yourself looking into the room, which
All right.
looks like here.
I'm gonna listen a second to see if anybody's coming, and then I'm
Right
gonna lower
there.
rope. If I don't hear anybody coming, I'm gonna lower rope to my mate.
Okay, I'm gonna move you
Told
over
you,
to
this
the
is not
second
the
man.
first time we've done this. We know how to do it.
Okay, with the rope, you don't even have to roll to get up. So, Vermeil and Jimmy are both in. Tibble, what are you going to do? Raider, you're just standing guard still, correct?
Yep.
Okay, Tibble, you see them
Taking his teeth.
successfully enter the window. It's pretty obvious as you guys get in that this is a kitchen. There's a small square table surrounded by chairs and several shelves of provisions. There's a
So-
door in the east and north walls. Room's about 15 by 15.
All right, what do you think, Vermeil?
We got to be quiet no matter what we do.
Guys,
Well,
I'm going to
obviously,
zoom this in for them since they're kind of the
Yeah.
showcase right now.
Right.
We need to find the guy and clear out the place
We
without getting
could-
caught.
We could also unlatch the back door at the very least.
But we're on the upper level, so we have to go down to the first level.
Yeah.
I can climb the rope.
Let's talk about Raider, I think.
Yeah.
You're-
That way you don't have to go to both doors.
Let's look around. Let's do it. Figure it
All
out.
All right.
I'm climbing the rope.
Okay, Vermeil, no test needed. You just climb up the rope. Or
And
Tipple,
then
sorry.
we'll pull the rope in after. Shut the window as
Okay.
quietly as possible.
All three of you are up in the kitchen now.
So it's just a matter of which window do you want first, or room, the right one or the upper one?
You're the expert Burgomeister here.
Shit.
You are the
Who knows?
mastermind.
All right, why don't we
Jimmy's
just
a
go
sailor.
east first?
He's not a typical thief, so you know.
Okay,
Let's just try cracking the door without getting noticed
I want to
quietly.
take point if that's okay, because I got the shield.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you should take point.
all right. What's
Hey,
marching
excellent.
order?
Figure
Ready?
Vermeil.
Jimmy,
One, two,
Vermeil,
three,
Tibble?
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tibble's in back.
Yeah, Tibble's in
Your
back.
normal marching order is Jimmy, Vermeil, Tibble, with Raider in
Okay.
front. Okay, you can see a staircase heading down and another door across the hall.
I think we should close the door and then go back around now that we know where the stairs are.
Okay.
If that,
We
that's,
don't-
you know.
Yeah,
We
I'm
don't
good
wanna
with
get
this.
Raider into this party.
So we're gonna close the door. Well, the
Okay.
problem is, we had to cross the entire house. Unless we're gonna go right downstairs and let him in by the back door.
No,
Raider-
we'd have to
Raider's
go
waiting at
down
the
and then
front
up
door.
and to the right.
You, so
What's that? I didn't hear what you said, John.
Raider's waiting at the front door. He doesn't.
okay.
He has no idea what you guys are doing.
He's at the absolute opposite end of the house from where we're at.
All right.
So do you want to clear the full house first or go get Raider?
I think we should go get Raider.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right.
We found the stairs. To
We can
me,
move to
that's like
place when we're
winning a
done.
lottery. Let's go down.
Quietly.
Yes,
Keep
quietly.
an eye out for anything of value I would go, Jason.
Okay, well, it's just a staircase.
Hey, if we're doing this, we're gonna do it right.
Exactly. We've
Okay.
already committed a crime. What
So
do you want?
I've snapped us over to the ground level. You
All
come
right.
down the stairs, and it ends in a doorway.
the party we're quietly. Now remember, if we get caught, the story is he was supremely unhappy and we were confronting him about it.
If we get caught, we're gonna silence him. Let's go.
Possibility too. So keep heading toward. I guess open the door north.
Okay,
Crack it open, I should say. Sorry, before you show anybody.
okay. You crack the door open. You can see arranged haphazardly about the floor of this musty L-shaped room, there are 13 wooden coffins that are on display. You also see this man looking... Here, share sheet. You see this man standing in the corner, looking out a peephole at Raider very intently. I need a stealth check from all three of you. If either of you, any of you fail it, he will notice you.
I'm gonna use my my
Inspiration?
thing, my
You know what? In the retroactive inspiration, I think it may be for epic moments, but otherwise,
Yeah.
just call it if you're going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it now.
Dude, this is inspiration time. Scott, you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Scott
roll.
does great on skill rolls.
Well, I
Just
said I
in
would do it,
case.
so I'll do it again.
Okay, he does not notice all three of you.
Nice.
Oh, we are
I'm
badasses.
gonna look for Mill and make like the hitting him over the head motion, like club him across the back of the head.
Do the grab him and muffle him.
I like this. So I'm gonna sneak up and I'm gonna do that grapple and muffle.
Okay, because it's just the light trickling in through the slats, it's actually pretty dark in here. You guys can use those existing stealth checks. How many people are trying to restrain? Two of you can try to restrain him. What I want is athletics checks from two of you. You guys pick to try and grapple
Obviously,
him
Jimmy.
and restrain him.
Tibble, you should help restrain him.
I will help restrain.
Athletics.
Okay, athletics checks,
Someone
please.
can unbar the door.
Yeah, I'll get you
Okay.
as soon as I can.
Good idea.
Okay.
Riddle does that
First-
while we grapple him.
If he's trying to struggle, I'm gonna grab my dagger and do the draw across the throat and with a shh.
Okay. Everybody, it actually goes off flawlessly. The two of you get up. You come up behind him. He never sees you. You just clamp just an iron arm over his mouth and hold
I
him
wanna
back.
blindfold him, like, he doesn't see us.
Tibble grabs restrains his body. The guy can't go anywhere. Pretty soon he's down on the ground, and Tibble applies what he refers to as the hold of 1,000 years. Basically, he's got a hold of him by like just the edge of his palm. It's bent around backwards behind his arm, and he's just curling his wrist in a little bit. The guy's like flopping on the ground like a fish as you secure a bag over his head so that he can't see. He's totally immobilized. Vermeil unbars the door and lets Raider in. And then I am assuming shuts the door again.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, he is secured.
And then I'm going to tell him, "You're late. The master's not happy. Where is the package?"
Oh, shit.
I like this.
I like it.
Holy shit. Damn, dude. Okay, give me an intimidation check with advantage.
I love it.
Brilliant.
Fuck, that was
You should
good.
give- yeah.
Okay. He's just mumbling, and he was like, "No, tell the master I have done as he said. His minions are upstairs. The bones are upstairs. Please, they're in my bedroom. His minions. I have done what I was told.
Have you? How many minions are there?
I don't know all of them.
What about the other package?
I don't know. There was no other package. Please,
I'm gonna
I have done
find it.
everything I have said, Lord Strahd."
I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure.
You're getting. He's just weeping now. He's asking what other package. I don't know what other package.
Okay, guys, I tried to find something else for you.
I want to disguise my voice, and I want to do my best to make it sound like Strahd. I know I only heard him for a little bit, but I did hear him.
You heard his voice. You heard
And
his accent. You heard the pitch. You can do pretty well. I think you have to
And
hear
I
him
wanna
talk
say-
for a minute to get a perfect
Yeah.
thing. But you were around for a little while. He was yelling insults at the door for a while.
And I want to say, and that's why you failed. And then I want to give the signal to Jimmy to just knock him out.
Nice. Okay, Jimmy.
I'm gonna club him across the back of the head like a baby seal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy's a bit of a thug. I'm going to assume, whether it's on your sheet or not, he has a weighted sap. So you've got a little leather pouch filled with sand or lead shot.
If not, I have my crowbar. I mean,
And you're like, oh, it's true, you do got a crowbar. You're like,
That's
"Thunk!"
perfect.
He goes limp.
I'm gonna put him in one of the coffins.
Perfect. All right, you put him in one of the coffins, which
After he
are.
puts the coffins.
I
wanna
will
take
say
my
this: the coffins
dagger-
are not particularly well made. They're not like extravagant coffins.
Hey, Jason.
The guy's only a
when he's
middling
putting him in
carpenter.
the coffin before it's closed,
Yeah.
I want to take my dagger and just do 2 little puncture holes in his neck.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think we're outdarking Curse of Strahd.
No problem. You poke 2 little holes in his neck.
All right, let's shut the coffin and go get the bones, boys.
evil. I feel like we should kill him for being evil.
No, he's just doing what he was told.
He could be a helpless minion. I don't know.
We already like destroyed his life.
Strahd will not be pleased.
Oh, see, Strahd's already upset.
According to that dude, Strahd's really pissed at him.
You heard Strahd himself.
Oh, it's awful.
Raider negotiates with his friend that he'll do it after they clear the room, just to see if this guy gets some more fear in him.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
So what's the plan?
I want to go upstairs and get the bones. There could be someone else here.
I think they're minions. I don't think they're bones anymore. I think we're getting ready to rumble.
We've got to go get them.
Let's get them
Okay, everyone going?
upstairs.
I think standard
Yeah.
marching order.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just gonna move
Raider's
Raider
trying
then.
to not be loud going up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, when
I
he-
don't think I don't think he does great. Give me a stealth check. I believe you have disadvantage. Damn! You got a 19, dude.
What? With disadvantage?
Yeah, dropped the 20. I wonder if it'll show you what was dropped. Did it? Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
You rolled a 19 and a 20. Okay. Raider is unbelievably sneaky and quiet on the way up the stairs.
He was inspired by the rogues.
I feel inspired.
So, plan? Where we're going?
I think we need to go.
Raider
into the
looks
door
back
with-
because he's going to push the door on his left.
Yeah.
If no one seems to
Yeah,
object,
yeah. We
he
need to push the
opens
door on the left.
To the east?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he takes a peek in. What does he see?
He sees a large, drafty room strung with cobwebs and takes up most of the upper floor. There's stacks of wooden planks that are lying amid several crates that are marked junk.
Does it seem like he's going to listen for a moment and see if he hears any movement or anything from over there?
You do hear movement in the up towards the northeast corner of the room. You hear kind of a shuffling.
Does he? Can he tell
Shuffling's
how
not
many-
right. Wood creaking. You hear wood creaking.
Does he have an idea of how many
Uh,
things he hears?
No. You just hear wood creaking more than once. Like not
Okay.
not in a natural way, like an or something moving causing wood to creak.
He makes like a walking motion and points in the direction, and then waves his people to follow him as he still tries to sneak his way in.
I like it.
Okay, we're gonna ride off that stealth check. You're still kicking butt with that. Okay, everybody's just in position with Raider. So it appears to be coming from the sound you swear it came from the crates up to the north.
Do they look open or anything, or no?
Nope, they look closed. It's a good question though. They don't look nailed shut. Vermeil, Mr. Observant,
I'm
can't
third,
help.
Scott.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. You can't help but notice what looks like loose soil on the ground around the crates. And
I don't know what that means.
I know vampires require soil. That's what I heard.
Jimmy,
I don't know how true that is.
inspiration.
Okay.
And everyone should probably roll for initiative.
All right. How'd I do?
Oh, poo. Actually, I'm happy to. Oh, Raider.
Raiders.
Raiders, you got a 20.
He's gonna whiff on all the attacks, but he's ready to do stuff.
And doink.
Of course, the first time I roll in the open, apparently I'm back to myself. I'm gonna make all my
Jimmy was
attack
busy
rolls.
talking and combat happened. He just got surprised by it.
I'm assuming everyone can see.
That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things.
Oh shit!
Somebody fireball.
Not a high enough level for fireball.
It's daytime outside, right? So at least they're trapped in here with us.
Yeah, that's it. They're trapped in there with you.
Exactly.
That's the spirit. All right. You see 6 vampire spawns burst out of the crates. Earth goes flying everywhere. They look ravenously hungry and are staring right at you. And because it's 8 o'clock, I'm not going to start a big epic fight.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so lame. Bullshit.
Really? It's 8 o'clock, guys.
Yeah, so?
I'm sorry you guys like to talk so much. So
I was ready forever ago.
I was just waiting
I'm
for you
just
guys to
glad
say.
we broke into this place.
I
That's
I was
cool.
just waiting for you guys to be like, all right, we skip these.
yeah. We're not interested. We walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, we see the vampires come out and we say not interested and we just leave.
Yeah, no thanks. Click. But yeah, I think we're going to stop right there. It'll be perfect. So, viewers, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We play next Tuesday? Anyone, any reason they can't? Okay. Next Tuesday, 7 Central. We may actually have some combat in this campaign.
I
As
want to say in advance real quick.
what?
The week after next, I will be out of town in Iowa, Missouri, whatever. So I won't be
Okay.
available 2 weeks. But next week I'm here.
Okay, cool.
Iowa, Missouri.
It's
One
all
of
the
them.
same.
So
They're
I
the
guess
same place.
next week will be John's turn to recap.
Roger.
And
I think Scott should have a permanent job. Scott does such a good job.
then we will just have John did an
Proposed.
awesome job.
Yeah.
John does do an awesome job. Not
I think actually you all did really well. So
Let's rotate it. That's good that way.
oh, you know what?
What?
It's in your dresser. So
Yeah.
anyways,
Oh, in the dresser, some vampire spawn popped
right,
out.
Yeah.
right.
Amongst
So
the crates.
look forward to seeing everyone next week. We're gonna finally have a big ass fight. Maybe another fight after that. I'm assuming some combat is gonna start happening eventually. So, but
I
yeah,
would like to point out, we got into this house without combat.
you did.
This has been the
like,
least murder hobo campaign I've ever
It's
played.
been 3
Right.
years, but it finally happened.
You finally broke into something without fighting. All right. So, anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Look forward to see you guys next week, and we're gonna stop it there.